stories speak of the ones that came before. The old ones.
I'm here with Mark Norris, senior producer on Horizon Zero Dawn. He, of course, is from Guerrilla Games.
That's right.
Mark, tell me, what is the backstory here in the game?
Yeah, well, we can't get into too many story elements, but certainly you can see this is a post-apocalyptic world filled with amazing machines that allows you to do some pretty cool tactical and strategic combat. So I think that's kind of the razor statement that we talk about when we talk about Horizon Zero Dawn.
So obviously you're going from hyper-realistic futurescapes, and now you're going to something that's clearly very outdoorsy here. Tell me about that transition.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we've been making Killzone for more than a decade now. And in doing so, there's a lot of grays, there's a lot of industrial. It's still sci-fi, and we still have some sci-fi in our game. But what we really wanted to do is take a look at a different color palette. And that color palette examination also kind of helped drive what kind of game we really wanted to build. So vibrant greens and vibrant blues, well, those are found really beautifully in the open world. And so now we started taking a look at open world games and open world elements. And while there will be interior spaces in Horizon Zero Dawn, a good portion of it will take place in the open world. And that's really important to us because we do want to experiment with this, sort of unique juxtaposition between the silvers and the grays of the machines and the blues and the greens of the vibrant natural world.
Let's backtrack a little bit here and talk about the inspiration for this game. What really drove you guys to make this?
Yeah, this was kind of a long process to get started, right? You have a studio of a lot of people that have been there for a very long time, a decade or more, and they all have ideas. When you go, hey, you can build a brand new IP, everybody goes, I know what I want to do. So we had more than 40 pitches. And it was all the way from racing games to some sort of maze game, and then there was a top-down sort of isometric game. But ultimately, the one that was the most risky and also the most interesting was this idea of a third-person open-world action RPG. It's one of those things that grew organically, but there were a couple of elements that always stayed. And one of those was Aloy, the main character. She has always been there, kind of like from day one.
One of the standout moments when watching the trailer is the way that the camera and the action just zooms in moments of violence. Tell me about the decision to do that, because I love that.
So actually, that was something that's controlled by, and getting into some of the RPG elements that people haven't gotten an opportunity to look at too much, that's actually a player skill. And that player skill is called the precision shot. Surprise, there are RPG elements inside of our action RPG, and that's one of the abilities that you'll be able to buy.